morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? 3:41 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. It is Saturday, the 12th of August, 2023. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just not there yet. I finally got up, waking up, still trying to piece things together. Hmm. I haven't checked the news feeds yet concerning about anything else happening these days. No, I haven't. I haven't been out there on the news cycles yet. I should have. I'm playing catch up. Not like a food order condiment. Just trying to catch up on some stuff that's happening these days. I'm not even alive or awake yet. Trying to get one of the news cycles on just to see what the hell is going on. They're still having, still trying to find more bodies in Maui. I don't know what the count is just yet. It's photos of it online like crazy. It was a beautiful harbor in Aulani. Yeah, the devastation of a fire can actually do a hell of a lot. A couple seconds here. What was it? Yesterday or day before yesterday, they had a special council created already just for the Hunter Biden situation. It's still blood in the water regardless. Republicans, they still want everything and anything on President Joe Biden. They want to get rid of him in office. And I assume they're going to be putting out the bills and amendments in the House floor, trying to say we got to get rid of Hunter. We got to get rid of Joe Biden because of this stuff. And how many committee meetings or weaponizations are they going to be doing at this point over here just to say we got to get rid of Joe Biden? They keep forgetting when you get rid of one guy in office, you got the backup, which is the vice president. So what the hell are they going to do? They impeach him for what? Well, there was this one story floating around that Joe Biden is a crime family boss and he was into prostitution. And I think I was coming across that one yesterday. And nobody actually had any freaking evidence except all allegations left and right. It's like I'm gonna make a allegation against someone over here for being this or that, and then I'm trying to tell you that this is important. You gotta listen to me because I'm making such a big deal about this thing, and I'm jumping up and down the storm over here. You gotta listen to me. I haven't got a shred of evidence. I haven't got anything to prove to people that this is important. But you gotta listen to me anyway because I'm saying this and I'm acting like a complete fool and idiot. That's how the Republican Party is. I'm sorry, the Trumplican Party is. And because of what the hell happened with the deal going sour for Hunter Biden and his own crew. Uh, so now the Justice Department is going to be investigating him at this point. Weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird because now we're dealing with this kind of crap, isn't it? Hunter Biden is his own thing. he's got his own family he's got to worry about, and this is not connected to President Joe Biden, even though he's the son. And it was said that Hunter Biden actually had substance abuse issues. And he's on a road to recovery. He's got to make amends. He's got to go through the road. It's like every other. Uh, Everyone's been on the damn road anyway. They got to make amends over the damn stuff. So now he's got to take care of this damn thing, and because he is the president's son, that's the thing that we haven't even done. While Gasbag was in office, we didn't go after his kids. Democrats didn't go after the kids. We didn't go after the kids. We went after the orange gas bag and trying to throw his ass out in the first place. We didn't care that Biden was actually Pence was in office. Pence was the number two next to the gas bag. Maybe he could have been worked with, you know, or maybe not. But everyone seems to fall in line with the orange gas bag these days. And the Republicans are falling over head over heels in this one. And I keep forgetting that when you get rid of the president of the United States, then you got to go after the vice president. And I'm saying this because this is in the Constitution for the line of secession. Come on. These guys forget about this damn shit already? I mean, we got an election coming up. They're losing time on this damn thing, what it could do for them. They just want to make points with their own constituents at this point, saying that they tried to get rid of Joe Biden. Well, they had the chance, and they lost the damn chance. So after the midterms, they lost it. I mean, we did have the damn midterms. Now we're coming up on the backside of a damn thing, and it's coming up on the end of it. So what are these guys doing? Wasting time and wasting taxpayers' money. All right, I'm going to put on here. Google's getting more and more with its predictability. Uh, okay. Okay. Let's just say that we hadn't had the midterms yet. Okay. And they still wanted to get President Joe Biden out of office. Now, we're already currently past the hump, but if we weren't past the hump, okay? And they're still making a big deal about it. Here's how it goes. They have Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris. And then you'd have whoever was the Speaker of the House. Now, when it was the Democrats in charge, that was Nancy Pelosi. If the midterms hadn't happened yet. And after that, they would have the President pro tempore of the Senate. And usually the President of the Senate would be the Vice President in the first place. But after that, Secretary of State. Now you're talking about the cabinet here. And Secretary of Treasury, then Defense, Attorney General. Merrick Garland could have been. I mean, if everybody else was wiped out, Merrick Garland could have been. Just saying. Or Secretary of Interior. But that's the thing. Since past the midterms, how long did it take to get Speaker of the House over the gaggle? About a couple of weeks, more or less. More than a week. And how many times they had to go through voting sessions? About 10? I lost count. So, the representative of Kern County, which sucks anyway, and who sucks, had to give away a hell of a lot of his power, had to give a lot of, and maneuver because he'd want the headache. And the schmuck had to work with the damn circus, so now he's got to deal with. He's got to be the ringleader, and he asked for it. Bastard asked for it. They forgot that. Did they want McDonald's butt in the office? Did they really want to get Ronald McDonald in the office? I mean, the leader of the Kern County, California constituency. Because he's already making a real mess of things anyway. He wanted the power. Yeah. And he screwed things up left and right by siding up with those idiots out there. So nothing's getting done in the Congress. It's another do-nothing Congress. Except they want to roll out Joe Biden out of office and try to get the orange gas bag in, but they can't get the gas bag in because he's already voted out of office. And now since we've got all these damn trials coming up and all these hearings happening, all these indictments coming up, you think one of these damn things would actually put old gas bag in more hot water than he's already in right now. Question is he? He's making this whole damn thing into a real shit show right now. He wants he wants the attention. This is going to give him all the attention he needs. And he's thrilling in it. He loves the spotlight too damn much, and this is giving him a hell of a lot of spotlight. He's a lot of free press. And he doesn't have to do anything about it. He just gets in trouble with the damn thing, so now he's in trouble. Now we're in trouble. Give me a second here. Sorry about that. I had to take the dog out for a walk. That's the thing I couldn't even get with the damn GOP. I'm sorry, the Trumplicans. I don't get where their heads are at, and I don't know why they can't figure the shit out except they want to do political grandstanding and just a show. They really weren't getting anything done. They weren't getting anything done except more committees, more hearings, weaponization of this, weaponization of that. Don't you understand? We got to take down the president of the United States because they're going after Trump. I never could quite see the loyalty. Try talking about this a long while ago, just to understand why. Why are they saying what they're doing? Why are they doing what they're saying? What is it about brand loyalty at this point? There's supposed to be law and order. Well, that was the general feeling a long time ago. Expressed a hell of a long time ago. They're supposed to be pro-military and pro-police, pro-law enforcement, pro-order. Now they're disorder, and Democrats have to pick up the pace on this. Good Lord, we are losing it. I can tell you one thing, that the news cycle on CNN is still continuing with the Maui fire and remnants of it, and they're still trying to take care of things there. More political. I hadn't heard about this story. School district out in Utah had to pay $2 million to a family. And I'm looking at this on the CNN headlines here. To a family of a bullied student who died by suicide. Holy crap. Paid to the family of Isabel Izzy Titchener, autistic black student who died by suicide in 2021. 10-year-old. She was bullied and was being reported concerning about her autistic nature and because she was black. The district was told about it, but they didn't investigate the allegations, what was going on with this kid, even though when it was reported to the school district that she was being bullied, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And because of the bullying that she had received, all the damn hazing for the damn kids, lawsuit happened. It's cold. It's a cold fact being handed to the family that district never intended, apparently, to follow up on the accusations and the allegations that were being reported to them. Students getting harassed and bullied, and they're supposed to be following up on the damn thing, but when they didn't, and it results in the death of the child, then it's an issue. Of course, they're going to be doing politics at this point over here, trying to point fingers at somebody else. Normally happens. They want to protect themselves as much as possible, so blame, blame, blame. And then when they get sued in court, and the court find that the school district didn't do everything else that they wanted to, and trying to do the cover-up at this point, guess what? They lost. But the family lost more than anything else because they lost their child. They lost a child who got bullied. And now the school system has to, now they have to they have to go over their damn policies again one more time just to see if they screwed up royally, and they did. So hopefully they don't do it again for the next child who comes across with a report saying, I'm getting bullied by my students down here. What the hell am I supposed to be doing about it? And the thing is, I got bullied in school, but nothing was done about the damn shit in the first place. In elementary school, you got bullied. I was given an open heart surgery. I had facial scars on me from a car accident. I'm going through fourth grade, second half of a fourth grade, through another school district. No, actually still the same school district, but different school altogether. And it was also racial. Now, they kept putting me on the sick bench in the first month or less until I was actually able to be with the other students. And every time they kept playing their dodgeball or socko, I was always being thrown in the face. I had to learn how to protect my face. They really were mean kids back then. I moved from one area that did have some issues concerning about neighborhood assholes into another completely neighborhood asshole filled community. We looked at the kids who were just wanting to pick up on the next white person because they're white. We talk about the racism there. And I learned it, unfortunately, during those days. What racism was all about and what it wasn't all about. Because a kid was autistic, wasn't considered normal to those kids. It's a lot of bullying. Kids can be very, very mean and cruel, vicious. They see something strange and it's not acceptable in their light, they'll go after it. and they think it's all a damn game. It isn't until something happens, and then they're still confused about the damn thing. They're still pissed off, and they're probably not could care less unless it was one of their own. And even then, they'll do the same damn shit to each other. You ever read the book Lord of the Flies? I did. It was required reading. I read the damn book. I didn't see the movie, but I read the damn book. We talked about it in the classroom. I think it was junior high or high school that we read the book in. A little bit more mature during those days, but still, teenagers can be cruel and vicious to each other as well. And in certain spots and in certain neighborhoods, especially if living in a drugged out neighborhood, it was a high crime area for drug trafficking. Devonshire Division LAPD's map during those days, there were certain areas that were hot spots that were kept under advisement and under observation. Ours was, apparently. I live in a street close to the school. And we had drugs selling up and down the street. There was a few other normie people out there, but the rest of them, you had adults and you had teenagers. And some of them did go on campus. Some had to move away. And getting back to the racism situation over there, yeah. There were certain areas of the San Fernando Valley that I was growing up that you just traveled through, but you stayed the hell away from because of certain issues. And that included racism. Because if you're not part of them, what the hell are you doing there in the neighborhood in the first place? What are you doing in the hood, man? Yeah. White kid for one particular neighborhood growing up got in accidents left and right. So yeah, I was moving into another neighborhood, one major car accident. So I was already marked up like crazy, and they still made fun of me because I'm a white kid. What the hell? They didn't like it. They thought it was a damn game. They didn't apologize for a damn thing over there anyway. You're in their hood. There was a friend of mine, a guy named Ricky. He was also a white kid. He also looked like he didn't belong in there too. Straight laced, plaid shirts, wearing tennis shoes and dark pants and a light plaid of sorts, carrot top, orange hair a bit, cut short. Nice kid. Problem was, you nice kids weren't allowed in that kind of neighborhood in the first place, and not in that school anyway. He didn't have the ability, but man, he had the urge to try to fight back. That's for sure. And I stayed the hell out of the damn thing because I also got picked on as well. I had to learn how to fight back. My brother, when he was on home from leave, he would teach me a few moves here and there back then. And I had to learn how to be just as tough as these kids, but I didn't like it. I didn't like them. And there were no, I hardly saw any blacks in the neighborhood, just only Latino. I mean, we were talking about the northeast sector of the San Fernando Valley that was mostly made out of Latino. Some people you got what you know you dealt with, and other people you didn't. I had an extended family that my family had met right after the car accident, or actually in the night of the car accident. That for almost 40 years, more than that, they were part of my family, and I was part of their family. And then when you lose matriarchs, who are the best of friends, you know, we all lose touch, and we also lose contact, and unfortunately, no reunions or anything else like that afterwards. It's just nothing. Not even bothering to deal with you or contact you or anything else like that. Just disappeared. Sucked. I met a girl in the elementary school during those days. She, I thought she was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. First crush. She was a good-looking woman, young lady, and they knew I had a crush on her. Some guys tried to get, they tried to get chummy with her. I guess they were jealous because this white kid was getting chummy with her. Maybe they got jealous. I don't know what the hell it was. She was a beauty. Her name was Elizabeth. Anyway, I tried not to hold a grudge on kids like that because they were just kids that didn't know their ass from a hot rock. Even to this day, I'll think back from it from once in a great while. Some people I know have got a grudge, and I just have to keep letting that thing go because, that was it. They're still an asshole, regardless. Are coming across that kind of situation these days? Never fails, never ends. Having a 10-year-old. Having a 10-year-old trying to grow up in that situation, man. I was 10 years old and I had to grow up in a situation where I was a white kid and it was just racism right there. Because I was white. I was a Latina. And I couldn't protect myself very well, but I fought back anyway. I didn't use the teachers. I used my fists on them. I wasn't very good at it, but, I fought back. I didn't get any points of respect out of it because I was still white. It just kind of brought something out over here that the school district would cover its ass sometimes. And kids have to resort to killing themselves because they couldn't deal with the peer pressure. I may have had the peer pressure during those days, but I tell you, I just didn't. I wasn't going to take some of the stuff that they actually had, despite the fact that I grew up in a neighborhood a little bit for about a few years, going into a teenage mode that I had to deal with this. It scared the hell out of me that when I was going to be graduating out of that elementary school, I was going to be going to a junior high, and I didn't know what to expect out of it. There were two junior highs in the area. Um, Pacoima, and I forgot the other one was. But Pacoima was a hell of a long walk to get over to the junior high, I'll tell you that much. And just doing the one day orientation, shortly before the elementary school graduated its class. That graduating class of the elementary school had to go over to the to Pacoima. Maybe my mother had pulled some strings or yelled and screamed at the district without me knowing about it. But the thing is, what I caught was, right after graduating elementary school, it was basically a ceremony they had it in the auditorium. And the paperwork and get your ass out of there. You do your last hugs with the teachers and the principal, and you get down there. I don't remember who the hell the damn principal was, to tell you the truth. I remember Coldwater Elementary, Mr. Holden. I remember him. Barely remember the teachers over there. God rest their souls, all of them. It's been a long while. But I never remember who the hell the principal was over at Canterbury Elementary School in Arleta because I never met the guy. No, I didn't. I mean, I met Mr. Holding over at Coldwater because if I was keeping my nose clean over there mostly and keeping it to myself and just trying to follow the rules as I was taught to do, you know, Johnny's this, Johnny that. Johnny's a good boy. Johnny's a star student over there. You kidding me? Give me a break. My grades sucked, I know that. Participated at times when I could. What the hell was I being held as safeties there in the first place? He wore this red sash. You should have seen my desk. It was messy as hell. I mean, had papers crammed in his damn crap. My desk just shoved the shit in there. And there was my red sash, and I put the red sash on, and recess and lunch, wear the red sash, go on the playground, make sure things were all right. I think I had better fun times over at Coldwater than at Canterbury anyway. They didn't have safeties over there at Canterbury. They didn't have that kind of program. But they managed with what they had. I remember reading in the library that they had over there, different books. I remember going over to junior high. A family would get the letter from the LA Unified School District telling me, thank God I didn't have to go to Pacoima Junior High. I'd get bused. I'd get bused for about 10 miles into another area. More than 10 miles, I think. That was a long way. Right deep in the middle of the valley, or almost in the west end. And I'm in the east end. Just for one semester of busing. And the guy wasn't going to take any lip from anybody. Tough driver. I forgot what the guy's name was. As long as I paid attention, as long as I was trying to do my job. And if I got there in time, no problem. And also, if I had my pass with me. You always had to have your pass with you. If you didn't, you weren't getting on that damn bus. And then I had to tell Mom about it, and she had to drive me over there. And, ooh, she pissed. Or just skipped the day. And she was still pissed. I had to be there with my pass. That's how it was. Anyway, SAG-AFTRA is still going crazy. Mick Fleetwood. For decades, he had a restaurant going up in Maui, in the scenic area of Maui, the one that got torched by the wildfires. Retired. I was using it as a backup just from his music career in the restaurant business, cooking food for people left and right. And I understand he had a pretty good business going there too. My apologies and condolences to the whole area and to the whole Maui community. Yeah. Mick Fleetwood's just devastated about what the hell is going on. Some people actually did understand what the hell was going on. But there was a lot of wind conditions happening during that time. It was a perfect storm. It was a perfect storm concerning about the forest fires. Anyway, I'm going to do another video on this one. This is running way too long.